everybody? Welcome back to the Red Devil Experience. We have breaking news. Manchester United have appointed a brand new CEO. His name is Omar Berrada from Manchester City. He was the CEO. This is a huge move, huge deal, big move, big statement by INEOS. Um, we still have breaking news coming in, but we'll try and keep up with it as we go. It was reported by David Ornstein. First, broken that we will appoint Manchester City's Omar Berrada as the new CEO. Omar Berrada was identified and pursued by INEOS with the endorsement from the Glazers in what ultimately materialized as a joint decision. This is good news. That's fantastic news, and we'll get into it in a minute. Um, Manchester City, this is from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester City can confirm Omar Berrada has resigned from his role as Chief Football Operations Officer at City Football Group. Berrada will join Manchester United as new CEO. Decision made as he informed City during talks. He's gained a massive amount of followers in the short time. This broke about maybe an hour ago. Omar Berrada has previously turned down CEO positions at another Premier League club, various teams and major franchises, but agreed to join Manchester United, which is also another huge statement. We have a big project on our hands, and this is a huge, huge signing, and I'm going to get into why that is in a second. Omar Berrada has already signed the contract as new Manchester United CEO, leaving Manchester City with immediate effect. Berrada wanted by INEOS. He'll have overall control of football and business. Berrada will sit on the board and report to all the owners. The start date is to be confirmed, and we have an update on that, which we will talk about in a second. Omar Berrada saw the Manchester United CEO role as an opportunity he could not turn down. Omar Berrada has been at Manchester City for 9 years. His departure is being viewed with sadness by those who he worked with. Ha 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 ha. Screw Manchester City. Let's go. It's a big signing. Big statement by INEOS, and you know what? Even for the Glazers, because we said this on the last episode, the last time. It was reported that Jean-Claude Blanc would not be the Manchester United CEO, even though it was reported for a long time that he would be, and I had concerns. Because it had to be agreed upon with INEOS, but also with the Glazers. And we've seen in the past how the Glazers, they like to hire from within. Everybody they hired as a CEO from when Ferguson retired on was somebody within the club. They refused to get experts way more qualified from outside the club. And this is a huge W for the club. This is a huge W for INEOS, because this is somebody that is not within the club. And this guy was at Barcelona, had total success at Barcelona until 2011. Then came over to Manchester City when they started building. Obviously, they started in 2008. They won the league not too shortly after that. And he's been there and he's been building them. He's helped with the Haaland signing. So this is a guy with a ton of experience, a ton of success, has a great CV. And this is exactly what we've been asking for years now. We need to go and get the best of the best. It's a huge statement to poach this guy from Manchester City when they've been so good and we've been so poor. They're going to pretend like they're not hurt by this. Of course they're hurt by this. We just poached one of their main people. And for all the talk that they say that we're so shit and they're so great. I mean, one of their greatest people has switched sides and come to us. So, and we're starting to build something new here, and it's just bubbling on the surface. But this is absolutely fantastic. To continue with the updates that are coming out, insiders say Omar Berrada was involved in the deal which took Erling Haaland to Manchester City. Also deserves credit for some of the success of City's academy, particularly sales to other clubs. So I just mentioned that. So this guy, has an absolute fantastic CV. He has a track record. It's proven. He's successful, and he's a winner. And this is what we need. This is what we need leading the helm of this club. Him as CEO, combined with all the INEOS people. This is something we haven't had for 10 years. This is major. I mean, this is absolutely. I cannot stress enough how big this is. Um, but it is being said, just in the last 5 minutes, that Omar Berrada cannot start at Manchester United this season. He will begin his new role either in the summer or next season, with the exact date to be confirmed. I would assume it would be the summer. Um, must be something with like, because he was at City. I guess he can't start in this season, so I would assume once the season ends, he's gonna come in. So he, I'm assuming that it would be in the summer. Because why would you wait till the start of next of the season to already start? You want him in, as fast as possible. Um, and then Simon Stone has actually updated us 1 minute ago, saying Omar Barada will start his new role as Manchester United CEO in the summer. So there you go. I was right. I'm just checking to see if we see anything. He declined numerous enticing job offers to remain with Manchester City, but he found the allure of Manchester United irresistible despite the acknowledged challenges. I mean, this is somebody we want. This is absolutely huge. And hopefully, even though he can't officially start until the summer, hopefully he'll be doing stuff behind the scenes. But this is fantastic news. This is definitely going to get positivity flowing through the club. It's something we need. Huge statement by INEOS that they were able to do this. I know for a fact that if INEOS wasn't involved in this, the Glazers would have never been able to pull this off. The Glazers would have never even tried to do this. They would have just hired some other schmuck from inside the club that obviously wasn't qualified. I mean, to put in perspective for people that don't know who this guy is or what he's done, um, you know, going from a Richard Arnold or a Ed Woodward to this guy is like going from having a bicycle to having a private jet. It's like not even close. I mean, not even close. You can't even compare the two. It's 110% totally different. I actually know a Manchester City fan. He sent the article first, and his first reaction was whoa. And then when I sent him something, he said, you guys are so desperate to be Manchester City. So you could tell that they're hurt. They're hurt. They know what he's done for the club. Absolutely fantastic. I'm super hyped right now. I can't. I'm excited by this because I was very, very worried that they were gonna try and pull some BS to hire somebody that is more on the Glazer side. But this guy has no relations to the Glazers. And I would argue maybe he probably might have some more connections. I mean, because he's been at City, he might have some more connections with Sir Jim Ratcliffe on the low. Because he's a businessman, or maybe Sir David Brailsford, or somebody with INEOS. He has this guy has no connections to the Glazers, but the Glazers agreed to it. Um, and it's probably because his CV is so recognized, and they probably convinced him also that if you poach this guy from City, it's going to be a huge PR campaign. It's going to be great for the club. Positivity is going to be spreading around, and that's what they always try to do, and that's what they love. So I can't say that I'm totally surprised that the Glazers went with it, but I am a little bit surprised because I thought that they would try to get in one of their own guys, and the fact that they have agreed to this, and it's in a joint partnership. This is a good start for how this is going to go forward, because obviously going forward there's going to have to be numerous decisions that INEOS and the Glazers are both going to have to agree on, and if they can agree on something like this, it's a fantastic start. Obviously, we still don't want the Glazers to be there, and we want them out. But the current situation that we find ourselves in, they're still there, and things need to be worked together with INEOS, and it seems like so far they are willing to cooperate and do that. Obviously, they're probably looking at it more from a PR campaign perspective, because it's been so negative around the club recently. And even in the past years, it hasn't really been positive. They always try to spin positive, but it's mostly been negative. So whenever the Glazers get a chance to spin some PR, positive PR, they're gonna do it, because at the end of the day, it helps their pockets. You know, fans will feel better about the club. They'll be more inclined to watch. They'll be more inclined to go, you know, buy merchandise and invest their money into the club pretty much. So yeah, I mean this is a win-win, I guess, for us, and it's a win-win for the Glazers because I guess they get their positive PR. You know, um, I'm just reading something real quick. INEOS making waves within football with this move sends a resounding message to other football clubs. They mean serious business and aren't merely toying around in the competitive landscape. The magnetic pull of Manchester United remains formidable, a test to the club's enduring influence. Even during periods of struggle, the appeal and gravitational force of United on individuals like Berrada cannot be underestimated, a fact that sometimes eludes our rivals' considerations. I mean, see, the fact that we got in new people that are in charge of the football operations. Listen, people that are involved in this aspect in the background, business and football and all that stuff. They all kind of know each other. They all kind of know like the reputations of people, and I think this the fact that Ineos has football in control has helped with the reputation a little bit. Obviously, they just started, but the fact that people know that these guys are serious, the fact that they know that they are not the Glazers, you know, the fact that they know that they are trying to create something great and build this club back to being the best has just uplifted everything. And now we went from a prospect of, you know, nobody really wants to, you know, it hit the point where it was looking like, you know, Manchester United's name is totally in the dirt and it has no pull anymore. But I think they kind of lifted it out of the ground a little bit just by being there because it's not the Glazers. Everybody knows, you know, the Glazers are terrible owners. Everybody knows the people that they hired were terrible at their job. They were jokes. Nobody took them seriously. You know, from agents to CEOs at other clubs to directors of football at other clubs, nobody was taking these people seriously. But now we have totally different people in positions. And you know, if you're starting with a guy like this announcing as your CEO, this just upped everything. I mean, you know, now players are looking at this, agents, managers, all sorts of people are looking at this and they're like, wow, you know what? These guys are actually, they mean business. They actually just pulled off, because to leave a machine like Manchester City, right, where you are the COO, you are in a huge position at Manchester City. The club is in a period of being super successful, and for you to leave to go to become the CEO of Manchester United, a club that has been broken for 10 years, that is a huge statement that is being made. And he knows that there's challenges, and he's accepted the challenges, and he's seen it as a great opportunity because at the end of the day, um, you know, Manchester United, nobody can replicate the history of this club. Nobody can replicate what this club stands for. Nobody can replicate what this club means to football at the end of the day. No matter how shit we are, we will always have that. It is ingrained in the club. We've built it. You know, it wasn't something that was done over a 10-year period, a 20-year period, a 30-year period. This was done over hundreds, couple hundred years. You know, this football club has always been great and struggled and come back to be great again and struggled and come back to be great again and faced adversity. And this is just another period in the club's history where we faced great adversity. We were odds against us. We looked horrible. We looked like, you know, nothing positive was coming for us. And now maybe we can finally say that a new chapter, a new era is actually beginning to start at this football club. So I'm excited to see what this guy does. Just gonna check to see if there was any more updates because they just, you know, now is the time for everything to start flying in because the PR is high, interaction is high. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of just regurgitated. Of course, like we said, can't start until the summer, but he will be starting in the summer, which is absolutely huge. Now I am expecting that the CEO has been hired, and the next couple weeks is going to be very pivotal And it's going to be very important. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of big breaking news coming because the CEO has been hired. So now, director of football or sporting director is going to be coming, or and a bunch of announcements in terms of the hierarchy are going to be announced. Plus, we're expecting in the next like 2 to 3 weeks or so that it will be confirmed INEOS as the new owners or partial owners, whatever, of Manchester United. They will be official. They will officially be able to assume the roles, and then that's when the real work, the real news will start and come. So exciting times for us, I guess. Since the season hasn't been great, but this is what we've been asking for. A lot of us. This is something I've been asking for, so I am actually really excited by this. Of course, I'm gonna try and keep a level head. But this is an action. So I always say actions are louder than words. This is an action. Now we have to view the actions of the CEO. Obviously, we won't see that until the summer. But in terms of an action from INEOS, this is a huge W on their part. Strong first statement. And let's see who else they bring in, and let's see how they set up this football structure. And I'm expecting now big things in the summer transfer window, for sure. We might be struggling in January to bring somebody in, but I'm expecting if they're making this sort of announcement as a CEO now, I'm expecting a big transfers signings and statements in the summer, big sales, uh, for sure. I can definitely see that. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Please smash the like button, subscribe, and share. Especially the like button. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. So if you could just take 2 seconds of your time and click that, we greatly appreciate it. Leave your comments down below if you have any. We want to hear from you, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys. We'll be bringing you another one like we always do. Peace out. Have a good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching from. And we'll catch you later. All right.